Hey, it's cold here. We're getting snow in the Midwest. And the Bulls are playing like they just don't want to be out there, like they just want to stay warm. Because 2 nights in a row, last night in Milwaukee, tonight back in Chicago, a pitiful 29% from the field in the first half alone. Second night in a row, they look almost disinterested. Timmy, you and I were talking about this. Bad loss to the T-Wolves on Tuesday. What do you make of the Bulls now? Are you concerned with this kind of free fall they're in right now?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing to me is the shooting. I mean, is that even with the Milwaukee game, it didn't seem like nobody really took the challenge but D Wade. You know, it seemed like everybody kind of laid back and D Wade took the challenge against Milwaukee, and that was a tough game because they was getting beat basically the whole game. The comeback against Minnesota was unexpected. Minnesota was normally the team losing leads, and especially in the fourth quarter now with Chicago. I just think they need to figure out what they're going to do on offense. They don't. The 3-point shooting definitely needs to get better, and they're missing a piece too, man. I mean, they have the big three. They're big three, but they're still missing some toughness on that team.
95-69 is the final tonight at home. Fred Hoiberg, Timmy, what's going on?
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure if Fred has really lived up to the billing. He was supposed to be this guy that was going to be
innovative,
a player's coach, but an offensive guru. Like the opposite of Tom Thibodeau. We all know when you fire a coach, it's like breaking up with a girl. You always do the 180. If you had a thick blonde, what do you go after? A skinny brunette. Yes, you always do the 180. And that's what the Bulls did. They had a defensive-minded coach. Now they're going offensive-minded. Problem is, the mind, really not that offensive. Instead, that was a horrible performance. I'm not sure Fred Hoiberg makes it through the season.
Oh!
And we already see the Rondo, on the sideline. He's had a history of that, and I know he's a fiery competitor, but I'm not sure the respect level is going to be there for Fred. And this has to be maybe the worst loss of his coaching career.
I would think so far, Steven. And again, that respect level that Timmy's talking about, do you think he's already lost that locker room in Chicago?
Fred we all know Fred. He's definitely respected, a great guy, somebody that we definitely know is a great coach, but at the same time, he's not that vocal guy. He's not that get in your face type of guy. We all know that. He's one of those, good coaches, do things by the book. He really doesn't go. He really doesn't stretch that line too much. So I think in order for him to be successful and to really get to that team, one of those assistant coaches, Pete Myers or somebody's going to have to be the bad guy to get in guys' faces to tell them, look, we're not great. We haven't done anything. We have a lot of work to do. And in order for us to be where we want to be, we have to get better in these games. We can't get beat by 30 points almost every other night. And that's not the sign of a team that's going to make noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, quickly, Nikola Mirotic last night, DNP-CD, coach's decision, okay, meets with Fred Hoiberg this morning. They hash it out. Nikola Mirotic misses the shoot-around before the game.
How's that happen?
So it seems like there's a miscommunication there, or just maybe Nikola Mirotic wants out of Chicago. It just seems like things are starting to fall apart in the Windy City.